Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee, Chaos, and Chromosomes. I'm Russell.
Amy. Short and sweet, Amy.
And we're going to start this episode kind of where we left off the last episode. The first episode that we did, we started off with the girls pretty much all the way up until coming home from the hospital after the year and a half of, year of being in the hospital, in and out, and, just constant visits. Then coming after that, we were then home and we started getting kind of a routine going, kind of including having more nurses come on and then having therapy come in. And so we both wanted to mention Renita, our therapist, who's been with us from the start for physical therapy. She's been amazing. She's great.
We love you.
We love you. And we still get to see her to this day. She gets to see the girls grow into what they've grown into and it kind of celebrate with us along with the milestones that they've hit along the way. We all kind of were up in the air and had many conversations early on about where were they going to go? How is it going to, what were they going to be able to do certain things? Or, and we all kind of came across the same mindset of let's give them every opportunity to do whatever they can do, not limit them, and kind of push them towards doing anything and everything. And so
I spent a lot of money too, trying to buy anything and everything that I saw online that I thought would potentially help them, whether it was sitting chairs or bath chairs or boppies or, whatever it was, I bought it times 2. I can't just buy one of something. I have to buy 2 of everything. So that was a little crazy.
We did have some of the coolest stuff, though. We can definitely in later episodes talk about some of the things that we did have, the links to some things that we did use that were amazing. Some of the products, I remember being in the hospital with one of the products in particular, and the doctors coming up to us going, "Where did you get this?"
Do you remember what that was called?
I don't know the exact name.
They had it at the medical closet, which that will be another episode, but I think I'm going to have her on, talk about the medical closet in Greenville. It's an amazing place, but they had it. I'll try to look it up while you're talking so we can link it. It's a really good, sleeper type contraption. But yeah.
And so with the girls coming home, though, and therapy starting and having more nurses, it was different challenges. It was still, at the end of the day, a challenging experience, as many of you have witnessed for yourselves. There's definitely still things that we had to overcome, and some of it was just trying to figure out a routine, figure out the best way to handle some of the situations that we were coming across, in the sense of daily fitting in therapies that were now coming and their feeds that at that time were continuous and the meds that we still had to do. And so, like she said in the last episode, we have a whiteboard. We still to this day use it.
Best idea ever.
Yes, and we've had some nurses come along that have really helped us kind of expand that as well, helped us build out.
Shout out Brandy.
Yeah, shout out Brandy. And help us get the whiteboards in order so that all the nurses, that help not only the nurses in charting, but the nurses in handover, at shift change, and being able to, and us, and then even in visits. We'd go to doctor visits and we'd have a list of, for GI, the last time that they had a stool or issues. How many, just issues that we were seeing, we could kind of track based on just the log that we had of how things were going throughout a week. And so it was really helpful in the visits and giving them as much information as we could so that they can make an informed decision to help us decide on different formulas or different medications that we could possibly use to help with motility or
Anytime their
Even-
button was changed, because their buttons popped a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So that's on the board. Our contact information's on the board. It was just it's a good tool. So if anyone has nurses that come in and out of their home, or even if you're just changing, I don't want to say shifts, but if mom has day shift and dad has night shift, or whatever the case may be, or grandparents, it's just always good to write that stuff down. And so the whiteboards were amazing, and they're bolted into our walls, so they're not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm. And even if it's just a log for yourself, if
Yeah.
you're the sole provider and you can keep a written log for yourself, I mean, when you get tired and you get days on end of long days of
Everything
your
runs
kid,
together.
yeah, everything runs together. At least you have something to kind of look back on and not have to store that in your memory bank.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just look back on the board and go, okay, yesterday she did use the restroom. I was right. Or she did, this did happen yesterday. It wasn't Tuesday. It's now Friday. Are we sure it's Friday? What day is today?
What month is it?
Yeah, what month is it? What year is it? And it all kind of runs together at times for sure.
Yeah.
And then,
So as far as therapy, like when Renita first started coming, I was skeptical because, again, when the doctors sent us on our way, they were like, take day by day, minute by minute, hour by hour. And I didn't really understand what that meant. And when therapy came, I was like, what really are they going to do with an infant? I mean, they were so tiny and they didn't really have any control over their neck. They were just literally like rag dolls. They were just very limp. And so I was like, is this even going to be worth her coming? And a lot of it in the beginning was just like stretching and exercising and, rolling them on their tummy and trying to see if they could roll back on their back, or kind of like nudging them to see if they could roll on their stomach, and head posture. And it was just, I for sure didn't think they were going to get it.
Mhm.
And boy, Kennedy was a little slower at first. She's working her way. Cambry will try to run from us if we let go of her finger. They do walk assisted. Kennedy, not as much. Kennedy, we've recently realized that one leg is slightly longer than the other, and she does have the early signs of scoliosis. So
or it could be
I
like her
don't-
hip positioning we're looking at. It may
well,
be.
her spine is curving, but I feel like it just takes a lot more out of her to kind of, okay, this foot goes in front of this foot and I need to look straight. Like, she's just not as put together as Cambry. Cambry, when she wants, she'll just hold your hand and she just walks so fast. She wants to run and escape the house, and I'm not letting her leave me. But Kennedy's doing really good. She has come a long way for sure. But to see where they were 8 years ago to where they are now, I never in a million years, not to say that I didn't hope and pray that they would be where they are today or even more advanced, I never expected them to make this much progress. Because they don't even tell us how delayed our children are. They just say they're developmentally delayed.
Yeah.
So we have no idea really what age that is, how much they're comprehending. So it's been a struggle. But our therapist is amazing. She works well with them. They now get religiously PT, OT, and speech. And speech for a long time tried to focus more on just verbal communication or sign language. And now we're integrating more of like the taste trials as well to see if we can get them off, or at least do both feeding tube and oral feeds. They don't seem all that interested in feeding. They do like to kind of dip their fingers and lick their fingers, but they don't seem interested at all in fully eating. And I don't know if that's just because they've had so many years of oral aversions, or it is a sensory thing, because they are for sure very sensory and get very overstimulated. Or they just have no desire to do it. I don't know.
Yeah. And the oral version, if you hear it, for us, we had no clue what that meant. I heard oral version and was like, there's no way that's going to happen. And
It's happened.
it happened. So be aware that it's a possibility. But at the end of the day, I mean, going back to if we had to go back to where we were, there's really not much we could do at the time. We were trying to just protect their lungs as much as we could. And that was the reason why we stopped doing
Yeah.
feeds. They were just aspirating at times. And so to protect their lungs, we had to go away from that, even having
I
an
just wish
option.
we brought up sooner of can we possibly go back to taste trials,
Yeah.
because
It may have been easier.
They inhaled bottles before Kennedy aspirated, and so they ate by mouth. They knew how, and now it's like
No
they act
interest.
like they never learned. They never had anything by mouth at all.
Mhm.
So
And we've had thoughts of like, oh, let's go do a taste trial and just see if it's going down the
swallow
right,
study.
or swallow study to see if it's going down the right pipe or if they are aspirating
And
at
it'd be a
all.
waste.
But then, yes, it's like if you go to do those, and many of you have probably done it, but for those who haven't, you have to be prepared to even do it. Like it's almost like you have to be almost certain at home in trying it without knowing for certain that they're actually not aspirating before you go to the study, because at the study they're not like waiting for you to help them along. They want to just see them swallow something, do an x-ray or whatever they do of that at that time, and then that's it. Like it's over. But if they're having trouble even getting it to their mouth or swallowing it, and we're not sure if they're swallowing it or what's happening, like it's a waste of time. We tried it early on, and it just was we weren't aware of what it looked like from the side of going in and getting it done. So
Yeah. So we primarily focus more on communication. And so we use a lot of talk buttons throughout the house. We have ones that say tablet and open gate, open door, help, mom, dad, like one for all of the family members. Water play, anything that they love, we have a button so they're able to tap it. So that's kind of speaking for them. And then we also do an actual talk tablet through like a therapy company. Cambry's not really into it. I think she knows because there's no games on it because she plays on her iPad. But I feel like they communicate in their own way. Like if they need help, they'll grab your hand. They know where to put your hand. If you're walking with them, they will grab your hand to put it on the doorknob so you can open the door to let them out. So they're not completely oblivious to what's happening and how to communicate. They just communicate in their own way. They did do sign language a lot better when they were younger, and I think it was because it was more consistent. I do have a turnover with nurses sometimes, and I have 14 of them. So it's kind of like herding cats. I love all my nurses, but not everybody is on the same page with being consistent. Like some are more consistent than others. And insurance, denies their two visits a week. So they only get one visit a week now with speech. So that's just eliminating even more progression. But they used to do therapy, like they used to do all done and more and all kinds of stuff before. And now, not really. I mean, the talk buttons, I think, are the best thing I've purchased so far for them as far as that, because they know exactly what they mean. Like TV, on, off.
Open gate.
Open gate. You hear all day. Open gate, open gate, open gate.
And those are just Amazon little buttons that you can record your voice on. So
Yeah.
we'll saying that earlier, I'll put together some links of
Some
different
of the
things
stuff
that
we bought.
that we bought that were really
Because
helpful.
Lord knows I love to shop.
So I think those will be helpful to have just in one place for everybody to kind of look at and go try out if you want to try it out. A lot of the stuff we use, we weren't trying to break the bank. Again, we have two. So we couldn't afford to go get the $400 thing that was supposedly the best thing since sliced bread. We were getting literal buttons that cost us $20 for a pack of 5 of them or 10 of them.
Yeah, I think it was like $36, and I got I think 9 or 12 in a box.
Yeah,
it's not bad,
so
and they're colored. They're all different color, and they all come with stickers, so you can put a sticker on them so they know what's what. And so we put them all over the house, and they know how to use them. especially the Open Gate and the tablet.
Tablet for sure. For sure. And Cambry, again, has been truly amazing to see her with the tablet. I mean, I had no thought in my mind that she'd be where she is with the tablet and the way that she maneuvers around that tablet. And again, we don't really know comprehension wise, like what they comprehend, what they don't. But seeing her on that tablet is amazing to see where her brain, how her brain is functioning, how fast it can process, because she gets on that tablet and she can open up multiple screens. She can, get in and out of videos, whatever she wants to watch. If she finds something she likes, you'll hear that video 500 times because she'll go back to it and back to it and back to it. And she'll watch a certain section that makes her giggle, and she'll just over and over watch something else and then come back to the one and giggle and then go back to something else. It's amazing to see. Kennedy is more of just touching it with her hand. It's hilarious to watch her do it.
We lock the screen, and she does not like it.
Yeah,
she wants to maneuver, but when we let her maneuver, she buys things off Amazon because the iPad is connected to Russell's account, and so we've had things purchased and delivered that we did not buy. So that's what happens when Kennedy has free reign of the iPad.
She definitely will go places we're not expecting her to go with the iPad, but again, she is also, still likes the iPad, still gets enjoyment out of it. Definitely a different enjoyment than Cambry when it comes to the iPads or electronics. She has definitely certain shows that she likes, certain things that she wants to do with the TV or the iPad. But she also I think she stims at times more than Cambry. She likes
a lot of rocking.
Rocking, and she has a rocking chair that she loves. I don't think Cambry really gets into it ever, but Kennedy loves it. And then she has toys that she'll put in her mouth and spin.
Everything. It's funny because they don't put food in their mouth, but they will put toys in their mouth. A lot of wheels, like trucks, cars, like the spin things that have the balls in them that as you spin it, it makes noise. But everything goes against their teeth. They love the vibration against their teeth. So they have electric toothbrushes. They have the, what is that Vital Stem chew toy thingy?
It's like a teether kind of thing.
Speech brings that, and they just suck on it. They love the vibration. But every toy goes to their mouth but food. No food in their mouth.
Yes. I remember when they started even doing the stem, like the Vital Stem and the different...
They do it now.
Yeah,
they did it before, a long time ago.
Yeah, but when they first started doing it, they hated it. And now they're just like, okay, put it on, and they don't mind it at all. They'll actually put stuff to their mouth that vibrates, which, again, is progress in that regard.
Yeah.
But...
And, I mean, they're totally opposite kids. Kennedy is a very chill, laid back, like, don't even mess with me, kind of just leave me alone, let me watch TV and just hang out. And Cambry is the showboater. She wants to show you what she's doing. She wants to be out all in your business. She doesn't understand personal space. She is like FOMO for sure. Kennedy is just, whatever. I'll do this if I want. I won't do it if I don't want to, type attitude. But they are total opposites of each other. And they've been that way since day one.
For sure. And they both have had their times where they seem like they weren't progressing very much. In our thought of like them progressing, or you think they backslide or not doing something as much as they used to do. But Kennedy's always been kind of the one that lays back, doesn't really care, doesn't really think about it too much, or it seems like she's not interested. And then one day she just gets up and does it. Everything that you thought she couldn't do or she wasn't doing, she just gets up and does it. Whether it be crawling or, help me, starting to walk or try to walk or do anything like that. She just seems to be uninterested until she's actually interested. And when she's interested, she just goes. And you're just like, okay, where's this been this entire time? We felt like you couldn't do it, or something was causing you to not be able to do this. And no, it's just her. Just hurt
Yeah,
him.
and I didn't think she was going to crawl at all. She was just very slow in that department.
She didn't care.
A lot of butt scooting, and still a lot of butt scooting.
Yes.
When we had our last house had carpet, and so they crawled more on the carpet, but this whole house is hardwood, and so they do a lot of butt scooting, and they can scoot fast. They see a door open, they are gone so fast, and they have the tiniest bottoms. Like, there's no meat there, and they just fly through the whole house. Like, what is happening?
They love swings,
Swings.
trampoline. We used to have swings in the house. I have yet to put the swings up here.
He did hang swings from their area is a lot smaller in this house. At the last house, they had the whole loft area plus a bedroom. And so Russell hung swings. He climbed up in the attic and hung swings.
I bolted them in the ceiling through the
and they
rafters.
would just sit in those swings for hours and just hang out. They loved it. I keep telling him he needs to put him back up in here. He has not yet.
Yeah, the setup's a little different in the attic here, so we'll get there. And just I worry too with them being bigger. Like, is it gonna hold up? is it gonna pull down the ceiling?
They're
I don't
just
know.
taller.
I feel like I need to brace it or something just to be safe. I'd hate for that to happen. It just worries me. So,
Yeah.
and for us, like, we've noticed over the years that sometimes going outside, whether it just be a walk or if it be going to the doctor, they end up with allergies or something, and it's disheartening because
And
they
they
love
love
being outside.
outside.
They love it. And it's just, you get disheartening. You just get almost discouraged by it because then they're sick for 3 days or 4 days, and you're trying to battle allergies and drainage and all types of stuff. And so still trying to figure that all out, and the best ways of doing that. Their immune system, of course, over the years has, been compromised for sure. So we don't know, like, to the extent of how much we can push it before they end up sick. Sometimes they go out in the strollers and they go for a walk and they're fine. But right now it's dry. It's not as, there's not as much moisture in the air right now. There's definitely not, it's not pollen, everything going on right now. It's summer. Everything's dead, dry. It's hot. It's just, and they don't seem to be getting sick, in this time
As
of year
much,
as
yeah.
much. So,
That's good.
yeah.
We did, how long ago? So Kennedy started to get, what happened with her eye? What started the eye situation?
Just started having issues with
I
it.
think she started, like her eyes started to water a
Like
lot.
weep
and
almost.
yeah,
Yeah.
like a goopy weep.
Mm-hmm.
And then these like gray hazes started to form over both of her pupils.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is happening? And so we took her to the doctor, and they basically said she had cornea ulcers. We don't know why. We don't know how.
Mm-hmm.
They say either an infection got in her eye somehow, or if she sleeps with her eyes open, which they do, like little slits, that the air getting into her eye could cause the
To
ulcers.
dry out or whatever.
But she has these little gray haze marks over both of her pupils, which is now scarring.
Mm-hmm.
And so she literally, primarily, I feel like, sees through her peripheral. So she doesn't really see straight on, and if she does, she's looking through that haze over her eye. And so that, I think, is another thing that deters her from doing a lot of things that Cambry already can do, because that messes with you. Could you imagine having to stare out your peripheral all day? I'd have a headache.
Yeah.
And she can't tell us. She can't tell us if it's bothering her. She can't tell us if she has a headache. She can't tell us if she can actually see through those hazy spots. We just assume. We did take her, and she was fully put to sleep, so we could do a full eye exam on her. And they said that there was no real damage. Like, they can't determine that she can't see. Like, we assume she can see, but it's very blurry. So is it better for her to see the TV from far away? Should she use the tablet that's up close? We have no idea, but you'll notice she side eyes a lot. She does not look at you straight on. And if she does, she probably has no idea what she's looking at.
Yeah, and they did say there's damage. They just said that there's nothing that they can do without doing a full on surgery that they wouldn't recommend at this time. They just said that
Right, the transplant that
the
they wanted to
transplant.
do, the
And they
cornea
s-
transplant.
they said that the goal at this point would be to stop what's happening, stop it from getting worse, stop it in the position that it's at, let her get older. As she gets older, then we can at that point decide on the transplant, which she's gonna need. It feels like
I don't
at some
know.
point. So, but yes, she does. We give her a hard time. She just side eyes you. She will sit to the side and she'll turn her head to the side almost as she's looking at
Like
you.
attitude, like
Yeah, it seems more like it. Yes, the way her personality is, it always seems like an attitude. You're like, okay, dude, stop side eyeing me.
And we've tried eye patches, and we would put eye patches on her good eye because one was
Strengthen
worse
the
than the
other
other to strengthen the bad eye. And then I was like, I feel like this is torture. Like we're putting something over her good eye in hopes it'll strengthen her bad eye. But can she even see anything out of the bad eye? I hated those patches.
Yeah.
I don't know if it did any good or bad or indifferent. I don't know. We stopped using them. They said it was not even needed anymore.
She has like a lazy eye, so that's kind of supposed to strengthen the muscles behind it. Yeah, but she's so cute.
But she's
though.
so dang cute. I just love her so much.
She's lovey. She's lovey-dovey. She loves to hug
she's
you.
my
And
snuggle bug.
not me, because I always tickle her, so she always thinks I'm going to tickle her every time I touch her.
I have a closer bond to Kennedy, and he's more Cambry. Cambry, if I walk in a room, could care less if I'm there. If Russell walks in the room, she is all about her dad, and Kennedy is my baby. So we've kind of taken a twin. And the other could care less if the opposite is in the room.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
They of course both love us, and
Of course,
both.
but
Yeah, definitely have their preferred person for sure. And so, like even after all of that, we have the girls being home with the nurses and therapy, and they're getting older, they're doing more things.
it's less hectic to take them out for sure. Like when we took them out when they were little, it would take me like 45 minutes to an hour to get the bags packed, grab oxygen tanks, grab the pulse
The
ox,
backup oxygen tanks.
grab the feeding pumps, grab the feeding bags, grab the children, the car seats, the strollers, the nurses. I was exhausted and sweating by the time I got in the car. Now it's not, I mean, I still sweat because I'm premenopausal, but it would be a lot easier to take them out now. It's a smaller bag. They have feeding backpacks, no oxygen. I don't have to take the pulse ox with me anymore. It's so much easier to take them out these days, but I am very hesitant to take them out by myself because I've tried to take them to the grocery store before, and I don't know what I was thinking. I went by myself with 2 children in a Wonderfold wagon, and I needed some anxiety medicine after that because it was a lot. Trying to crawl out. I was trying to find places to put the groceries. I was sweating and I was gross, but they had the best. They lived like the best life outside. They love to be outside.
Yeah.
Water, outside, tablet. That's all they need, and they are the happiest kids on the planet.
Water.
Yeah, they're fish.
Water has been our saving grace for a lot of things, even just temperatures and going through illnesses. Instead of pounding them right away with Tylenol or Motrin or anything like that, we can a lot of times get them in the water, get them in the bathtub, get them to their body temperature to cool down, and then they're kind of reverting back to being more like themselves because their body language pretty much tell you how they're doing. Their pulse ox, of course, helps with understanding what the pulse ox readings are, what their typical pulse ox readings are at night, what they are when they're sick. You can see that their heart rate's elevated while they're sleeping, which is not normal.
Yeah.
And then, but the water has been a saving grace. The water has been great.
Yeah.
And they love the water with or without being sick, for sure.
Yeah. Side note from what we talked about earlier, I think that contraption that the girls used to lay in when they were admitted in the hospital was called a daydreamer. something like that. It's this like angled. It's like a combo of a car seat and what?
Bed almost like it's just an angled bed essentially is what we used it for.
It was amazing.
And it was nice because it kind of kept them
Upright.
but in a area that was secure. We had like straps to hold them in, which a lot of times we didn't have to use. We used just blankets wrapped around them at a younger age, and they could turn them sideways, lay on whatever side. But for oxygen reasons, for just repositioning them when they were having issues breathing, it was amazing. And it kept them at an angle where they could get the oxygen they needed. They weren't laying flat and having issues there. It just was a lifesaver. And then there was another one that had the bumper all the way around, the big long one that they had when they were really little. I had her in the hospital one time.
The Boppy?
No, it was the big one. It was the big bed almost. Remember, they had two beds that were just the whole outside, almost looked like a life preserver or something. I don't know. It was just a big. It was a big, elongated bed. But I had Cambry in that one time.
Oh, that was like a travel
Yep.
bed for toddlers, but we used it because it almost had like bumper sides.
Yeah, it was big. They were thick.
So they couldn't roll out of it.
And so I had her in that in the hospital along with the other one. And the doctor came to me and was like, hey, I got a mom traveling. She's getting on a plane with her daughter. She doesn't know what to put her in. Can I show her both of these? And so she was able to show her both of these.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the mom actually bought both of them.
Nice.
Took them on the plane with her. And then like the next time we went to visit, because again, we were in there all the time, the doctor came back to me and said that the mom reported back that she ended up using the elongated bed in the plane, and they actually gave her two seats so she could lay it across the two seats beside her up against the window, and her daughter was able to lay in that the entire time for the flight, and it ended up being okay. They made it there safely. They were going from Texas to Florida to go back home, and so yeah, it was cool.
Nice.
It was just a
win
for helping somebody.
Yeah, another amazing item we used was the splashy chair, the splashy bath chair. That's through Firefly Friends, and I'll have Russell post pictures and or links of the things we're talking about tonight. The best bath chair ever. It allows the child to still be in the water, not up above the water, because what child wants to be cold and not in water? And it can lay flat. It can sit upright. It has a 5-point harness. And once our girls got big enough, we didn't even use the harness anymore, but it was something still stable for them to sit in while they were having a bath. And they come in cool colors. Like Firefly Friends was amazing. They also had this other posture chair through Firefly Friends that we didn't use for very long, but it was able for them, it allowed them to sit upright. And it had a softer strap that they would sit up. So we'd sit them up at little foldable trays that when you're a child that you sit with your feet underneath it and you can color or eat your little TV dinner. They used to sit at that and do therapy, and that was a really cool thing too that we've used. The belly bands we've used off Amazon. There's so many things that either I just Googled like a crazy person, or from seeing other moms on other apps or apps on Facebook.
Yeah.
It was just amazing, the things that you don't know, and you just feel so alone with trying to figure out what to use, what will work best for your kids. And all of those things were covered through insurance. We just had to get therapy to write a note on why they needed it. And Firefly Friends wasn't even something that contracted with the US. We spoke to our therapist, and then she reached out to I don't remember what he did, but he was a part of another company.
Ed?
Yeah, Ed.
Yeah.
He was a part of another company that dealt with like DME equipment out here. Anyways, he was able to get contracted with Firefly Friends, which in turn, so many other kids now have all these cool Firefly Friend things there in Europe, and they make some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
That was amazing to our kids. And my nurses are actually mad because I took them to the medical closet a few weeks ago, and they were looking for them. and I donated them to another family, not realizing that my nurses still wanted to use them.
Yeah. The girls they don't need it, but there's times where it's nice, especially when lately Kennedy's been getting distended and having issues with her stomach, just gas in her
a lot
stomach.
of distension right now.
So it would be nice to have the chair just for her to kind of sit back more and relax and not have to kind of sit herself up or hold herself up in the bath. But there's also things we can just for them now, like for that, like I was telling the nurse today that we can get a foam, one of the foam bathtub pads.
Like a small, like low profile bath chair. Well, not bath chair, beach chair.
Yeah. Oh,
or like
true.
the little stadium chairs that
That's
you just
true.
fold and it's really low, but it has a back that she has something to support her.
I was thinking just more of the pad for the bottom of the bathtub that's or
But
little
that's,
bony butt.
she's still having to sit.
That's true.
Like, because Kennedy
true.
already slouches like this
Yeah,
because of the
curls her
curvature
back.
of her spine. So if she had something that she could lean against, I think it would be easier for her.
True.
I feel like I'm all over the place today with what we want to talk about.
We're still new.
I had training again today, so my brain is just scattered. I sat in Dallas traffic. That was fun.
Yes.
But yeah, we'll have to for sure talk. Like, I know for sure I want to talk about, like, my other children and how they interact with the girls, which is on a totally different level than interacting with other siblings.
Mm-hmm. But
And we've been having a lot of people reach out about wanting to be a part of the podcast, which is awesome. And I can't wait. I will be reaching out to everyone, myself and Russell. We'll be reaching out to all of you. I don't want you guys to think that I'm just dismissing you guys. I'm not. So we will be trying to put together a layout, I guess, of how we're going to go about doing that, because I know a lot of you guys are in different states. And then some are here in Dallas. So we will kind of figure out how to play that out to where you guys can do either like a video call in, or you can come to our home personally to do the podcast, or even if you just want to do like a voice recording with us, we could do that.
you'd be on the phone either way. Yeah, video or phone. And then the biggest help for us is going to be just reaching out to us in Messenger. And I may actually build something like a link that you can click on, fill out a form that will help us kind of have your information to reach out to you to kind of start scheduling people.
That'd be smart.
To have them on the, just set a schedule for everybody to kind of come on and know, like, on this day we're going to bring you on. And then, of course, we're understanding if something pops up and you're not able to do it, then of course let us know that you're not able to do it if we do schedule you, and we'll just set somebody else up or reschedule or whatever we got to do. But we'll get it figured out, and we're looking forward to it.
I'm excited to get our story out there. I'm excited to hear other people's stories.
100%.
All medical complex children and their families. I'm excited to hear everybody's story and how you guys have adapted to how life is for you on a day-to-day. It may be completely different from ours. It may be better. It may be worse. It may be the same.
Yeah. I feel like there's going to be similarities across every diagnosis and kind of the things that we do or things that could be helpful across all diagnoses, whether it be the whiteboard that we were discussing earlier or ways that we set up with nursing or ways that
we do our meds or we make the feed or even just the smallest things could be monumental to some other family with how one family does things.
Yeah.
It could help somebody else. It could save them minutes, hours.
Yeah. And I was on a group today, or I saw a chat through a group today where a young mother was asking about something that she had heard from her doctor today about her child being more prone to having staph because of a diagnosis that they have, and those two don't correlate together. And so I tried to just put together a list of questions that if I was back in that situation that I would ask the doctor. Whether she uses them or not, hopefully it was helpful. But I think just any advice you can give to a younger couple or a parent that is going through something that you may have been through, and you may unknowingly do it. You may unknowingly just be
Yeah.
telling your story, but everything you're saying is something that they're now having to go through, and you've already been through it. So
Yeah.
whether you reach out to them in person, I think just sharing our stories with each other
Right.
will help others, and especially new parents that are going through situations that to us seem like normal life now.
Yeah, there was another lady that asked, like, she said, "Oh, taking my G-tube fed child on a cruise. What do I do?" And I just like word vomited
We did it.
everything that we did for our twins when we went on a cruise,
Yeah.
and what we packed, and how we stored everything in the room, and what to ask for before you get on the boat, the refrigerator, the bottled water, like all these things that people don't know that you can ask for will make the trip so much smoother. And I hope everything I said or some of what I said helped her, but I was just like, it almost like lit, it
Yeah.
kind of got me excited. Like I can tell her what we did, and hopefully it can help her with her vacation, because vacations are stressful enough.
Yes.
And then when you have children that are, medically dependent on you for certain things, it just adds a whole nother factor and chaotic scenario to it. And Lord knows I'm crazy. And so that was huge when it was a lot. We had two carloads of stuff to take. It was a lot,
Yes.
but it was fun.
It's
The
another
girls had a
layer for
blast.
sure, on top of what you already have to pay attention to. So preparation for us was, calling and trying to get as much information, looking up and trying to get as much information as we could about what was offered. And yes, again, I agree. I feel the exact same
And
way.
I never would have known any of that.
And I truly believe that this is why we both felt the calling to do this, is because we were in those situations and we know how it feels. And if we both get excited about helping other parents online and being able to share our knowledge, while it may not be as vast as some of the parents' knowledge, we do have the knowledge of what we've had to go through and what we've experienced. And if we can help in any way, shape, or form, we both love to do that.
And I'll be excited to get knowledge from other families that we have on the podcast.
Yeah, we are definitely going to learn too. We are going.
Taking notes.
Yeah. We are going to learn along the way as well. So I recently heard of a mom that her daughter had the same condition as our twins, and she's 42, and that was just mind-boggling to me. I can't even imagine what 42 looks like for my twins. I'm 41 myself, so to think about my kids being older than me or the same age as me it seems so far-fetched right now, but excited to see what comes of it and how we progress along the way, what it looks like at 42. And yeah, so it's
They'll
just,
probably be running circles around us at that point.
I hope not. All right, so I think that's kind of what we have for this episode. Can you think of anything more that we can think of today?
I mean, my mind is kind of just, I feel like we're not going in sequence at all. And so you'll probably notice that from us, because I'm a little scatterbrained and he kind of follows my lead. So just be prepared that it may not be relayed to y'all the way it happened, but we will try to get all of the information out to y'all one way or another. But it should be fun, and that the chaos is in the name of the podcast. So why would I make it boring and the way it was supposed to go? Hello.
Yes. And I didn't even want to mention this, but we will. Last week we tried to do
He's
an
actually calling
episode.
himself.
We tried to do another episode last week, and I hit record before we started the
Okay,
episode.
wait, let's start from the beginning, okay? So Friday, we had a funeral early in the morning. Then I had to go to my first day at my new job. I had come home. I was home maybe 5 minutes, and we walked right into recording a new episode. And Russell hit record, and what, something happened where you needed
No.
to stop the recording?
Well, I thought I was starting it. I
Oh.
forgot that I had started it. And so I went to go hit record to start the recording. And all I did was end the original recording.
And we talked for an hour.
Yes, we did.
And
Full on episode.
I was so excited. I was like, gosh, that was a really good episode. I can't wait to see it. I go in and I'm talking with the nurses. I'm hanging out with the twins. And I go out into the kitchen and he's like, I didn't hit record. We have to redo it. I said, excuse me, what?
Yeah.
No. So we tried to do it. And then we got in a little tiff. I got annoyed and I threw my mic and I said, bye. I'm not doing it. I don't feel like it would have felt
Authentic.
genuine. It wouldn't have been authentic. Like I would have been sitting there like scratching my brain on what did we just say for the last hour.
Mhm.
My brain was mush by the time I got here and started that recording. And I was like, there's no way. And then I started laughing at him and he got mad because it was an inside joke. I'm like, we have to have some laughter in this podcast, okay? It can't just be blah, straight to the point, straight face. I'm crazy. And you're a
And I was being
goofball.
OCD about, and I am a goofball on most occasions, and I was being OCD about, like, I don't want it to be an inside joke and everybody not get it and this, that, and the other. And I was over analyzing everything in my head and it didn't need to be done. We were both I was frustrated with myself that we had just done that and I didn't press record, because while she's telling everybody about the episode or excited talking about it, I'm freaking out looking at my phone going, it's not there. Like the recording is not there. Like I have to go now tell my wife, who was already tired and not really in the mood to do this at the moment. And I kind of was pushing it like, let's just get it done. Let's have 2 episodes for the first week. And I'm looking at my phone like it's not there and I can't, and no matter how long I look at it, it's not going to appear. I realize what I did, but I can't undo it. So it was one of those. It was
good times.
Yeah,
Good times.
it was chaos for sure, and that's what it felt like
Yeah.
inside is chaos, and I just wanted it.
But that's just our life. I feel like if our life didn't have chaos, I'd be worried. Like I feel like I run on coffee and chaos, legit. So if it's quiet, I'm like, who's hurt?
happening?
What's wrong? Why is there not noise?
Yes.
So, I mean, that just goes with who we are. My mom has always said we're an in-between of the Griswolds and the Kennedys. And I don't think that's ever going to change.
Yes.
So, but I do think the goal will be to do 2 episodes a week. Maybe even split it up to where 1 episode is about us and then that next episode is a guest.
Yeah.
And then we may swap it to where the next episode is a guest and us or whatever the case may be. But I think the goal is to do 2 episodes a week, 1 at the beginning of the week and 1 at the end of the week, and go from there and see how that works.
Yeah. And if you ever get into this scenario yourself, just be okay with adapting on the fly, because even in that
weird.
first week I had my YouTube channel got taken down, the email got taken down, the Facebook video got taken down for sexual nudity.
Yeah, sexual content.
And I was like, what is
nudity.
happening? Like I had to appeal it. It of course got overturned. But again, everything felt like it was coming at me and trying to stop me from doing this. And we got it all situated, got it back up. And I apologize for that. If you were trying to look at a video last week and the link went down, that's what was going on. I was trying in the background to get that situated, and it just was chaotic. And so now we're episode 2. We're moving along.
Episode 2 in the books.
We're moving along, and
Episode 2 maybe in the books. We'll see if Russell hit record.
hey,
But
yeah,
he's not going to live that down at all.
no, definitely not. All right, everyone. Well, we appreciate your time, and we look forward to having episodes come out with the guests. And
Yeah, I'm so excited about that. We already are reaching out to a couple people in the next couple nights to kind of get something in the works. But until then, see, here's my blooper.
yeah. What's
Next
her name?
time, What is it?
She has her little catchphrase.
Okay, wait.
Let's see if she remembers it.
Dang it. Until next time, more coffee, lots of chaos, and a few less chromosomes.